So what's up, friends? At this point, I'm literally dying. Like, I posted a few pictures on Twitter, but like literally everywhere I go around my area is covered with like pine dust. Like, if you imagine T-Wave in real life, just yellow spam everywhere, that's literally what it's like right now. And I think I mentioned this in another video, but I'm allergic to pine pollen, so like I said, I'm literally dying right now because I can't breathe. And like I can't step outside without like sneezing to the point of brain hemorrhaging. So if I sound just disgusting, then that's why. So we have Bugzinator versus Arctic Blast in doubles. I didn't know Bugzinator played doubles. That's cute, but looks like he's playing doubles this week, and I believe Arctic Blast is the tier leader in doubles, or one of the tier leaders. I might be incorrect about that, but I'm like 90% sure that Arctic Blast is one of the tier leaders. So Bugzinator's using a fun team with Hoopster. Hoopa in doubles, I pretty much only know as a Trick Room setter, but maybe he's doing something else, because this doesn't look like a Trick Room team. I mean, it could be, but I don't really expect it. And then Arctic Blast is using, uh, it's not something that's similar to Bunnies. I guess this is Bunnies. Normally Bunnies has Mew, I think, because I think Mew is, like, in theory supposed to be the other bunny, because Azumaro's just the only bunny right there, but, it's basically just, like, standard dot doubles, essentially, so let's just go ahead and get the game in and see what happens. So, we got Rotom and Hoopster from Bugzinator, and then we have Lando, and let's see what the other mon is. Lando and Thundurus from Arctic Blast. So depending on what Hoopa's moveset is, this could be good for Bugsy, but I kind of doubt it. Just because Lando can just go for U-turn and be faster. And bye-bye Hoop. Rotom's going to protect, though. And yeah, Lando's probably going to... Lando U-turns into the Rotom slot. Maybe in fear of, like, helmet something, and then double target down with a Thunderbolt. I guess trying to weaken Rotom down for Azumarill. Arctic Blast also has no rock resists, so that's something good to point out. To be fair, Bugzinator doesn't have any rock resist either. Actually, it's going to be a little bit worse for Bugsy, because at least Arctic Blast shit is fat, but Bugsy just has two Intimidators, but one of them is weak to rock. And Rock Slide being very prevalent in doubles. Probably the most common move in the tier. So Thunderbolt comes out, Rotom takes damage, and then Hydro Pump misses, but Hoopa's inside, so I just called it a Azumarill. Amoonguss has to switch out of there. Heatran being the switch. Hyperspace Hole, I don't know what that move is. Oh no, I know what that is. That's the Psychic one. That's Hyperspace Fury, but this one goes through Protect. Also, Hoopa has Life Orb, but Hoopa has now been paralyzed, so rip Hoopa. But Thundurus takes a Paralysis, should have taken a Hydro Pump too, and Arctic Blast is really intent on killing this Rotom, to the point where now Heatran is practically dead because it has to take a Hyperspace Fury. But after this turn, because of Thunderbolts and then whatever Heatran does, Rotom should be dead unless Bugzinator switches out. Arctic Blast is going to switch out of Heatran, saving it for whatever reason. Maybe it's like Lando fodder or Kangaskhan fodder. Buck is also going to save Hoopa, which is also a little interesting to me. I feel like once Hoopa gets paralyzed and you're not a Trick Room variant, then there's not really any point. And he also doesn't switch out of Rotom, and then he Thunderbolts into that slot when Heatran... I don't get it, dude. Also, Arctic Blast decided to just T-Bolt into that Kangaskhan slot. For some reason. That's the Hoopa slot. I guess because you just want to kill it, but I don't think Thunderbolt would kill Hoopa because it actually has pretty good special defense. And that's not Life Orb Thundurus. So if you were going to do that, I feel like you might as well just stay in with Heatran and just straight up kill it, but you're not doing that, so that sequence confused me just a tad. And helmet, who took the helmet? That was Amoongus. E-Train also came in, got some lefties. Now Hoops is in here. That flamethrower does a ton. I thought that would only do like 30, but it does 50. Then again, most heat trains in here, I think, run max special attack with modest, I think. And Spore is going to come down, and now Rotom is asleep. So the Rotom Hoopa team is not looking too hot. Technically, Bugsy does have a lead, but things are not looking too good for him. Thankfully, Gyarados is in here, and Gyarados has Intimidate. But I don't believe there's a sleep clause in Doubles OU, so Amoongus can just put something else to sleep. It's not going to be Hoopa, though, and Hoopa protects, trying to evade an attack from Kangaskhan. But if Arctic Blast is... I guess Giga Drain is still a respectable play. I feel like that you go for Spore right there. Then again, Crobat does sometimes carry safety goggles. But they also carry... At least in VGC, they almost always carry Lumberry, but that's because Smeargle is a stupid butt. But Smeargle isn't as much of a thing in Doubles OU as it is in VGC 2016, so I don't know if Crobat has to carry Lumberry or not. But I guess either way, that's smart if you want to switch Crobat into that slot. Okay, so CB Gyarados apparently. Yeah, CB Gyarados is pretty cool. So U-turn comes out into Amoongus. Amoongus still has Helmet. So Amoongus is just like... And now Gyarados is still fast asleep, unfortunately. And there's Giga Drain into that move slot. So Amoongus is pretty fat, unless it's like something with the Crobat. And yeah, there's Rock Slide, and bye-bye Rotom, and now Gyarados is taking a bunch of damage, so the Azumarill dream is becoming more and more real. And Gyarados remains fast asleep, but it's not like it matters anyway. I wonder if this Crobat has, like, Banded Brave Bird. That would be interesting, to take out Amoongus. I doubt it, though, because you just use Talonflame then. Banded Crobat doesn't make any sense in this tier. Another tier Banded Crobat is cool. But, yeah. I don't think Arctic Blast has a reason to not Rock Slide. Even though it is intimidated. There's Brave Bird, Rip Kangaskhan. But Amoongus is still around to be a butt. Let's see what Lando wants to do. I want to see if he comes out with the surprise HPS. Actually, no, Lando switched in, so never mind. Well, here's Thundurus. Lando gonna get out, not wanting to take Rock Slide. And now Azumarill is the switch. But now Crobat gets paralyzed, so unfortunate for Crobat. Let's see if he sets up Tailwind. Also, I wonder what this Lando is. Probably Scarf. Ooh, guess we'll never know because it's paralyzed. But Thundurus is dead at least, so it's 4-3 now for Bugsy, but Azumarill the Menace is in here, and Amoongus is still alive. I think, actually no, Rock Slide would do just enough, so... Yep, smart play from Arctic Blast. But Gyarados can come in, but Belly Drum should remedy that. As he just Aqua Jets. And it's Citrus Crobat, so that's the item on Crobat. Rock Slide comes out. Let's see what Crobat wants to do. If it wants to Tailwind, if it wants to Super Fang, Brave Bird. Again, well, I guess we'll just never know because it's paralyzed. So... now Lando comes back, getting more Intimidates. Azumarill's gonna dip out of there. Go out to Amoongus. I don't think Amoongus really minds anything that Lando wants to do. And yeah, Crobat can actually take these Rock Slides pretty decently. But again, guess it doesn't really matter. And Super Fang just comes out onto Lando, so... that's cool, but that's also kind of unfortunate because you needed damage on Amoongus, and that Lando wins the speed tie. Not like it matters, but it kind of does at the same time because now Lando just goes to sleep. Oh, and it misses. I guess this is the big one that it needs to hit, so it flinches. It does not flinch, though. And there's Spore, and I mean, I guess there's a Kangaskhan there's a way, but with it being that low and Amoongus having Rocky Helmet, there's actually no way that it can win. Unless Lando wakes up and starts flinching a bunch of shit. But then you also have Azumarill. with Aquajet, and Azumarill's health is pretty high, so yeah. And Amoonguss is just gonna put Kangaskhan to sleep as well, insult to injury. And yeah, let's just see how it turns out. So yeah, Thing is just gonna Aquajet. And yeah, there goes Bugzinator's hopes and dreams. All Amoonguss has to do now is click Rage Powder, and the game is over. And Kangaskhan doesn't even wake up, and Giga Drain pops out. So Arctic Blast takes that game 2-0. So that's good for Bugzinator. So Arctic Blast got slightly lucky. Maybe if Bugsy got off a Tailwind or something, then things would be good. But at the same time, I'm not really sure what Bugsy's team is trying to accomplish. I guess it's like Tailwind plus CB Hoopa plus... Or not CB Hoopa, CB Gyarados plus Hoopa. But I don't really know. And then I don't know how experienced Bugsy is at doubles, but I think that also is an issue. Just the experience factor in the tier is too much. But yeah, it was still a pretty entertaining game because Bugsy brought some stuff that's not really too common in doubles. And Arctic Blast is there with some like standard bunnies. But yeah, GG's guys. I hope you all enjoy. This will probably be the last week 7, even though week 8 has started now. But I hope you all enjoy, and later, friends.